This whole ugly episode of the use of military aid of a White House meeting in an effort to get an investigation of Joe Biden and to get Ukraine to interfere in our election is Rudy Giuliani. And Rudy Giuliani has refused to appear before the committee, but he is at the very core of this question.
So that's at least one lawmaker reacting to President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, defying a subpoena from House Democrats. This as the feds arrested a fourth defendant in the Ukrainian campaign finance case tied to Mr. Giuliani. As the impeachment inquiry grinds on, how does he factor in from a legal standpoint? So now we bring in our legal panel. Alex Little is a criminal defense attorney and former assistant U.S. attorney, and Bob Schalk is a defense attorney and former prosecutor. Sir, Alex, I start with you. First of all, is the impeachment inquiry illegal?
No, I mean, the Constitution gives the power of impeachment, the process of impeachment, to the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives gets to decide how it wants to do that. So, I don't know, you can use that word illegal, but the legal basis of the impeachment proceedings is the U.S. Constitution.
And now to you, Bob. Is it legal for Rudy Giuliani to disregard a subpoena from Congress?
Well, they can charge him with obstruction if they so choose, and they've threatened him in a letter with doing so. I don't think it's a smart decision on his part to obstruct, because there's going to be an adverse inference potentially levied against President Trump if this continues moving forward in a negative fashion for him. So as his personal attorney, if there's going to be a negative inference issued to your client because of your actions, I mean, you're asking whether or not he's committing malpractice at this point.
Yeah, but, some people are saying, already hinting that Rudy Giuliani is going rogue and maybe he's not following the president's advice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if the president is telling him to comply and he's saying, I'm not doing an attorney-client privilege, this, that, or the other, I mean, and he's not listening to his client. Again, is he committing malpractice at this point would be the question that President Trump would be asking. Gotcha.
Let me play some sound from acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney from Thursday's White House briefing.
Mr. Giuliani is his personal lawyer, and the president wants to use him.
Is it appropriate for a personal attorney to be working in Ukraine on issues that are supposed to be national issues? Mr. Giuliani says there's an attorney-client privilege issue because he was working in the president's interest. Is that appropriate for his personal attorney to be working in his interest?
I don't know of anything inappropriate about that.
Okay, so following up on Yamisha's question, to you, Alex, I don't know if you could hear her question, but is it?
I did, yeah.
Is it legal what he's doing?
It's probably illegal. There's something called the Anti-Deficiencies Act, which essentially says you can't have people working for free on behalf of the U.S. government, if that's what it appears to be happening here. But just as a matter of foreign policy, there's no modern precedent to someone like Rudy Giuliani on behalf of a president running around and doing shadow foreign policy for the United States. We have an entire foreign policy apparatus that is built to pursue the U.S. interest outside the United States. And having a personal attorney do that really undermines that, and it calls into question why you would do that. And here, it appears you would do that to promote a president's interest as opposed to the country's interest. And it's incredibly, I think, detrimental to national security.
So, Bob, if Rudy Giuliani is working on behalf of his client, who happens to be the president of the United States, can he exercise the range of attorney-client privilege if his client was an ordinary citizen?
It's a very fine line that he's walking here, because think about it. He's representing the president. He's running a securities firm. He claims that he's not a lobbyist, but every company that retains him, that is interviewed or questioned about their relationship, states that the reason they're hiring him is because he's a pipeline and direct access to the president. Yeah. He's almost, conflicted out. Can he represent the president while at the same time taking work where people are looking to get access to his client at the same time? It's very, very difficult, delicate situation he's placed himself in.
And Alex, as the allegations about Mr. Giuliani mount, is it possible that legal or criminal jeopardy for President Trump would mount as well?
Yeah, I think so. Look, this is the second presidential lawyer, the lawyer to the president, who's facing an investigation. One of them is already in prison. That Cohen investigation did implicate the president in some ways. And I think the things that Rudy is doing, if he's doing them on behalf of the president, certainly mean that the president's in trouble. And we know, he's not going to be convicted of anything. But in terms of impeachment, he's really walked the president into a very difficult situation.
Well, the jury is still out. No one has, we just want to be clear that we are not indicting the president here with our questioning and this discussion. Yeah. Right. Okay. So Alex Little and Bob Schalk, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Othel.